Welcome to Healing Your Life with Oriental Medicine with Anita Brown. It's a place where you'll hear about the alternative healing methods to improve your mind, body, and emotional well-being.
Hello, welcome to the show today. Anita Brown with Suzanne, Lynn, and as always, we're talking about acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine and how to just improve your life through ways that maybe you haven't thought of. Maybe you're in chronic pain and you haven't considered Chinese medicine. Anita is here to share her knowledge and wisdom with the world.
Yes, I'd love to do that.
Well, we just kind of got done talking about pulse points and pulse diagnosis. And what really was lasting to me is that people come in for pain, and that is the first thing that you treat. And then the second thing you treat is emotional.
Yes, a lot of pain is due to emotional trauma, emotional upset, stress, which is an emotion. So they do go hand in hand, so both have to be treated.
So say somebody comes in and the first thing that's on your mind, the top priority is getting them out of pain. I mean, I had a spill, I had a fall. That's the first thing that you're focusing on. And you do that through acupuncture?
I do that through acupuncture, yes. So I use the appropriate acupuncture points depending on where the pain is, and sometimes they're far away from the site of the pain. I use acupuncture to do a symptom treatment, we'll call it. And then as time goes by with other follow-up treatments, I will get more into the root of the problem and couple the root issue with herbal treatments as well.
And that's where we're going. That was a great segue into it. Talk to me about herbal medicine. What does it do, and why is it so important in your practice?
Herbal medicine is equated to food therapy. So herbs contain a lot of phytonutrients, a lot of vitamins and minerals that we might be lacking in our diet. And they're very powerful, yet they're very mild, and they don't force the body into doing something. They support the body's functions.
So my most recent experience with herbal medicine was with our dog, who was having, what was that? It was some kind of stomach.
Pancreatitis.
Yeah, that's it. So you gave me just a little bit of herb, and he had been on medicine, wasn't really doing much. Within 24 hours, he stopped vomiting, and he started keeping his food down and acting more like himself. I mean, I don't want to say it's a miracle powder, but I just go, you cannot deny that that's what the difference was.
Oh, it is absolutely true. I have many women that come in, and they're not coming in to see me for menstrual cramps or problems with their cycle, but it always comes to that point with women that I ask them about their cycle and if they have a lot of cramping. And some of them will say, oh my God, it's so severe that I'm debilitated. And I give them a formula, and they ask, how long will this formula take to take effect? And I tell them, within 2 to 3 minutes.
I thought you were going to say 2 to 3 days.
No, and they said, no way.
Yeah.
And it does work that way. And the formula is called Sudden Smile. So you could be in terrible pain and discomfort. You take the formula and you're like, oh my God, what just happened?
And that's for menstrual?
Good. It's for menstrual cramps.
Or general blood flow?
General blood flow, yes, because in Chinese medicine we call blood stagnation, where the blood isn't flowing like it should. We call that a pain syndrome. So blood stagnation will cause pain. So these herbs help free up the blood flow.
There's so much I want to talk about, and we have such short time. But I've got a question before we go into the break. What is the difference between herbs that we can buy in the grocery store and the herbs that you're giving? Because neither one are FDA approved, right?
Correct.
So on one hand, you go, well, they're in the grocery store. They must be okay. I don't know. What do you need to know as a consumer of herbs trying to just do the right thing for your body?
Okay, well, my herbs, they are tested for heavy metals and toxicity, and they are what they say they are. There is a standard, they call it Good Manufacturing Practices Standard, GMP, which if you're buying herbs on the shelf, you have to look for that GMP label.
So it's not a given.
It's not a given.
But it is with yours.
Yes, it is. And a lot of the formulas that you would buy as a product over the counter contain minute amounts of the active ingredients or minute amounts of herbs. And mine are the whole herb, just in a powder or pulverized form. which are much more
pure.
More pure, more effective, because I mix the formulas, and the formulas are a combination which works synergistically together with helping the ailment or any pain issue or whatever else a person's dealing with.
I can't help but feel like the maybe more general or the more popular products that you're going to find on grocery stores are more like a gasoline that's been watered down. You know, you're not getting the most potent, purest form. You know?
Right, it is. They're not the purest form. And my herbal formulas are customized to treat the person and help them with their individual needs. So it's not a patent formula. I don't give, if someone comes in with arthritis, I don't give the next person who walks in the door with arthritis the same formula.
Oh, wow.
So there's so many different modifications. So it is an art and a science behind administering herbs.
All right, well, let's take that break. We'll be right back talking more about herbal medicine and how it applies to you.
Anita Brown Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine is all about healing your mind, body, and emotional well-being with traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM. From chronic and acute pain to arthritis, IBS, digestive health, inflammation-related autoimmune conditions, insomnia, colitis, depression and neuropathy, and even infertility, TCM can treat a variety of symptoms and more. And the hundreds of herbs Anita is educated in not only treat symptoms, but boost nutrition in the body. If you're tired of being in pain and feel like you've tried everything, this is the time to call Anita Brown Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine and find out more about the healing ways of acupuncture and herbal medicine. Easy telehealth options are even available. Call Anita today at 352-231-2000.
Okay, welcome back. Suzanne Lynn with, sorry about that. Yeah, try that again. Hi, welcome back. Suzanne Lynn with Anita Brown talking about acupuncture, specifically today talking about herbal medicine. And Anita, you were just speaking about how your forms are very pure. They're not watered down. They are the best, the highest quality that you can get. And it's not a mixture that's just a cookie cutter. So you were saying when someone comes in for arthritis or blood flow problems, you're making it specific for them. You've done their pulse point, you've done checks on their tongue, and you're making the combination specific for them.
Correct. We don't want to cause any harm, because even though herbs are natural and they're their purest form, you could cause a lot of GI upset or cause maybe headaches or other pain using herbs, and you don't want to do that. So they're customized for each individual according to what they have going on.
So speaking of going on, what are some of the symptoms? What are things that you can put together an herbal combination for people and just go, look, have you thought about herbs? Headache? Have you thought about herbs?
Yes, and I do have, I use a lot of patent herbs for first-timers. So so they're a generalized form. And I make sure that they're not going to interact with any of their medications or they won't cause any problems. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there aren't too many contraindications in herbal formulas with medications. A lot of herbal formulas do thin out the blood, so you have to watch with that with anybody on blood thinners. But yeah, I try to emphasize the use of herbs with individuals just so they get better outcomes and they don't need to be coming back for acupuncture, because acupuncture should be a short-term solution. It shouldn't be something you have to continue for years on end.
So my understanding, acupuncture is taking care of the immediate, and then the herbs is kind of maintaining and dealing almost on a spiritual level.
Correct. It's dealing with the symptoms. It can deal with them on a spiritual level, because I have many formula recipes that help with the mental emotional components, and the mental emotional components are so strong and tied in with people's physical that they don't understand. That yes, we must take this and we will feel better, but. You see it a lot, especially with people that are stressed, because stress is always coupled with pain of some kind.
Interesting. That's really powerful what you just said. So, okay, on the emotional side, herbs for stress, depression, anxiety, things like that. What about the physical? What could someone say, I've got this physical ailment. Do you have herbs that would be good for me?
Oh, yes. I mean, there are herbal formulas for, let's take gallstones, for instance. People that have gallbladder problems or kidney stones. There are formulas, and these are formulas that I don't make up the recipes. I might modify according to the individual's need, but all these formulas are in the classic texts. So there's formulations from the classic Chinese texts.
From thousands
of years ago
yeah.
that we use,
Wow.
and we just modify according. And there's so many different modifications that you're kind of. It's just amazing what you can do and what kind of health you can promote with these herbal formulas.
We got to wrap up. Do you have any final thoughts about herbal medicine?
Herbal medicine. Don't be afraid of herbal medicine.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it doesn't interact with Western meds. If given appropriately.
Good deal. More information about Anita and how to get a hold of her.
Anita Brown Acupuncture. I don't even know, Suzanne.
We're gonna. You know what? Make it easy because we're both tired today. We're gonna put it right down here. How's that?
Oh, that's perfect.
All right, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you know when new episodes are coming out. And like we always encourage you, let your friends and family know if they are in pain and they have not tried acupuncture or herbal medicine. Listen, just give Anita a call, talk to her, talk through it, because a lot of times you're telling me people just don't have to live with this pain. They have not tried everything. If
they haven't tried.
Right.
Even if they've tried another acupuncturist, try me.
All right, we'll catch up with you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Healing Your Life with Oriental Medicine with Anita Brown. Please feel free to call her with questions that you may have at 352-231-2000 or visit her website at www.anitabrown.acupuncture.com. We're thrilled to be able to share stories and insight as to how alternative Chinese medicine may help improve your life and decrease chronic physical and emotional pain. And please be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single episode. Individual results may vary, and our advice is not a substitute for medical advice from a physician. Please consult a physician before making any changes or adding to what has already been put in place for you.